And we are live from the international capital, Cambridge, Massachusetts, where it's all happening. You have to walk down the street, Massachusetts Avenue, to Harvard Square, and you see everyone is wired. This is the most wired place in the whole wide world. And we're fortunate at World Profit to have an office right smack dab in the middle of it all. One at Harvard University, where I did my graduate work, right on the lovely Cambridge Common, where George Washington commanded the Continental Troops. Arthur and George Washington lived 3 blocks that way. George Washington's office was about 3 blocks that way. So he had a bit of a commute, but he had a horse too, and that was a good thing. Today I'm here with Judy A. Dowse from Ohio. Good afternoon, Judy. How are you today?
Good afternoon, and I am well. Thank you.
This is Dr. Jeff Lant. I am your host, your MC, your maitre d', your chief cook and bottle washer around these parts for the last over 20 years, CEO of WorldProfit.com, www.worldprofit.com. Today is kudos. Mainly, we have such a lot of good information to dispense and so many people to congratulate and thank and extol and feel grateful to. And if you are part of World Profit, you're going to know these people. If you're not, then I dedicate this program to Shakira. Shakira, we are now ready to hear your verdict. Are you going to work with us to implement the book that I gave you? I gave Shakira a free copy of the book, Net Profits, to see what she'd do with it, to see whether she'd read it, to see whether she'd understand, to see whether it would influence her thinking. And Shakira, we're waiting for your response on all those questions. First of all, George Koch has struck again. And this is the appropriate time. He got his downline builder. I posted a note on the screen that says downline builder now live under Moneymakers with Help videos. Folks, attracting people, organizing people is the key to making money. If nobody is better than that at George Koch, so let's, if anybody has gone and used it yet, you can let us know how smooth it is. If you're, or just be aware of the fact that it exists, and George might post some more information about it during the course of the program. So that's kudos number 1. Let me tell you what this is all about. When you buy your World Profit membership today for $99.95, you get everything that we have now, plus everything that will ever exist for over the course of many years, and you get it all for free. In other words, the cost of your membership never goes up, but the value of it goes up constantly. Judy, do you want to speak to that? This is entirely different than any other business model in the history of the world.
Yeah, I'd like to.
It just keeps getting better.
Yeah, this can be used with any business, but one of the things, everything's in one place for you. You can get traffic, shows you how to get the traffic. All the programs that you go out and spend $47, $97 for, they're here. And with the silver membership, you get those. It's just phenomenal.
You know, Robert Allen, the famous writer, claims that I invented the frame multiple income stream, which may be true. I invented a lot of words and phrases in my career. We are all about multiple income streams here. We do not believe that you should risk yourself, your house, your children, your college tuition bill on one stream of income. So one of the things you're going to learn about from us is how to get multiple income streams and how to leverage money. Shakira, I'm still waiting. See, this is the thing. When Shakira got a free book, she was all over me and was my buddy. Now she got the free book, it's like, oh, don't talk to me, Lant. Don't talk to me. This is what's wrong. When I give a book, I'm giving up my intellectual property and my brains and my heart and my soul. All right, you finish reading it. I'm going to ask you point blank some questions. This program is dedicated to Shakira. We are on recorded tape here. Your answer will be replayed all in the known universe and beyond. Oh, no pressure here, huh? Are you join us now? Every word you write now is public. Be aware of that. Are you going to join us now? Tell me about that book. You're going to be able to find $99.95 without croaking? You going to find the $99.95? Well, I don't know why you're in. There ain't no other alternatives. Why you're going to find it, and then you're not. Waiting. Now, I mean, are you going to come up with it within the, we are on the air, Shakira, for the next 55 minutes. Are you going to come up with the 99.95 within the next 55 minutes? And if not, why not? You see right here, Shakira, this is the way life is. Life puts the pressure on. I don't put pressure. I'm not a pressure guy. I'm a truth-telling guy. I'm a realist. I'm a pragmatist. Realpolitik was what it was called in the 19th century, and why I got it oozing out of every pore. Realpolitik. Shakira, are you going to be able to do this within the next 54 minutes? Y or an N is what we require at this point. Shakira, Y or N. And remember, every word is being broadcast to the world. All right, then this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you until the top of the hour. And when the clock strikes 2 Eastern, the offer, and your coach goes back to a pumpkin. You got me? And if you don't do it, I'm going to ask you one question. How will you possibly make money on the net without the tools that are so carefully enumerated in that book? And which you will be getting as our gift. How would you do it? Waiting and impatiently. GDA down, if you have MP 67, you should have seen me at 17. Whoa, I was a force of nature. Waiting for Shakira to say how she'd do it by herself, and he says, I couldn't without your help to her hats. That's why I'm doing to come up with the money. Okay, you've got your assignment, you've got your task, you've got your deadline. Judy, do you want to say anything to Shakira before we move on here?
Here, really, you need to find the money, you need to get going, you need the help here. You can't do it by yourself. I tried for 4 years. This is the first time I've got a list that really has been good for my business. So we were
something about
working.
It's my privilege to extol the champ. I've used every adjective on this woman. I've thrown every compliment at her that I know and could embed with my fertile mind. I've complimented her at night. I've complimented her in the morning. I've given her pats on the back and hugs. I've even given her a congratulatory kick or two as required. Well, I sit down and put all my in the hat. Good, excellent, superb, wonderful, Excalibur. I put them in a hat, I just pick them out. Unqualified, enthusiastic, motivator, leader, champ, victory. So again, what am I saying? I'm saying in my own way that Linda Elsie crushed you guys. She didn't win. She didn't just cross the finish line ahead of you. She lapped you, and she lapped you, and she lapped you again. And nobody was even close. What's the secret? I think this week Linda was being in a, maybe it's because she's been reading my memoirs. She was in a bit of a memoir mood this week, and somebody cautiously asked her. They said, Ms. Elsie here, Linda, how long do you work every day? And they wanted her to say, oh, 3 minutes a day. I'll spend my time at the beach. Just walk my dog, the damn dog's legs are off walking that dog. And the person was waiting for this cream puff of an answer. Boy, she clobbered him. And I'm so glad that she clobbers other people besides me, because I'm trying to get her to expand on her clobbering so she can leave me alone. And she's very crisp, and she said, 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. in the evening, every day, 7 days a week. And the boy was blown away. Oh, no, you mean there's no secret? She said, that is the friggin' secret. Linda, I don't just congratulate you because that's futile. I don't just admire you because I've done that for a long time. I don't just esteem you. I'll watch you. I watch you like I would a force of nature, a tornado, I watch like I was watching a hurricane on Cape Cod. I watch him just as if God sent you himself. Judy says to me to Linda, she doesn't just win, she pulverizes. So now we have the gubernator, now we've got the pulverizer on.
Well, I
Comment?
think Linda gives the impression that she just kind of laid back and it just happens. But underneath, I know from watching her on the business center and seeing her stats that she has to work hard to do it. Just doesn't happen.
You know, she doesn't compete against you guys anymore. She long ago stopped doing that. I don't ask Linda about these things. I watch it. I'm a journalist. I'm a poet. I'm accused of being a poet. I'm accused. So I stand accused of poetry.
Well, that's nice.
Linda, I've been watching you for a long time. First of all, she loves the game. These are words that I wrote about Mrs. Thatcher, and I flew an ocean to see Mrs. Thatcher. She loves the game. She loves crushing you guys. She'd never say so. She's too well bred, but I'll tell you on her behalf. She loves it. She loves seeing all that blood on the floor. She loves rending your fragile bodies, rending them. And a good thing, too. When you get to be our age, and Linda and I are very, 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 very close in age. And we grew up very, 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 very close together in Illinois. She doesn't want to be self-deceptive. She doesn't want to deceive anyone. She doesn't want to have to lie. She wants to be Linda Elsie. God, that's what's giving you the victory gives you. You get to be yourself. You don't have to listen to anybody else, and anybody else's garbage. You listen to your own garbage in your own head. Look out. Because we all come with a bushel basket full. So Linda, if anyone wants to post any commentary about Linda Elsie on the screen, go ahead. She'll print these pages out and give them to her granddaughter. Italia, which is Italian. Italy. Linda, you have a comment? I know I'm not even going to ask her. I don't even have to come up anymore. She doesn't come up in the days. She's the grand dame. She comes up on her own command only. Linda, we respect you. We admire you. But you know, we provide you with the bodies to crash to get the pulverizer. And that's probably the most important service we can provide. Do you have a last comment before we move on?
I don't know. I'm so impressed. That's all I can say. I do know that Chardon works now, because she enjoys it. You can tell she likes it.
You can tell it's a joyous game, and it has to be the winner. I want to just say to all of you who've made excuses, she doesn't make excuses, and she could. I got to tell you, I watch Linda. I watch her do this in her roots, and you should never do that with an artist like me, a poet, a writer, because she gives me these little personal twists which make my articles. I've written 3 or 4 articles about Linda over the course of the year. Every one of them a classic. And maybe forced to do it all. Roots! And we'll just see about it. There's something in that blonde-haired guy that somehow impacts her brain in a positive way. I just can't figure out quite what it is. So again, it's good to have Wallace Johnson post a comment. He's one of the few people, and I mean few, I mean 1 or 2 people who has beaten Linda ever. And so he has a peculiar vantage point from which to address his comments. I wanted you to know that, though, Linda makes my job both easier and harder. First of all, she's a straight, narrow player. She never lies. She does what she says she's going to do. She's a pain in the you-know-what, but she deserves it. There are moments when I just give her the old, moon treatment, and she gives it right back. We have developed an amazing comradeship. I talked to her the other day about a problem. The person involved said, "Why did you talk to Linda about that?" I said, "Because I value her opinion. Same way that any president of the United States picks up the phone and calls his predecessor, and all that predecessor may be a Democrat or Republican, doesn't matter. What matters is that you respect the person and their advice. I respect the lady. I respect what she does. I don't always do it. I don't always like it, but I respect it. And that will never change." So Linda, again, congratulations, and your colleagues. Your colleagues are people of few words. Now I want to speak to the colleagues. Don't make excuses. Don't tell me you can't do something you pledged to do. Don't book a session and then cancel it. Don't tell me you're going to be there on Thursday and show up 2 Thursdays later. Don't tell me all the problems you're having in your life. Everybody's got problems, human problems. I got human problems. Everybody's got human problems. Your problems are not unique. They've been had by millions of other people. Rise above. You want to know the secret to Linda? She shakes off the small. Remember the famous line from Ann Landers, who, after all, was one of the maidens of Linda's life, as it was for mine. Because we are from Illinois, like Abigail Van Buren and Ann Landers, Epi, and Popo. They always talked about rising above. And that's what we got to do. We got to get up to the job at hand and rise above and have a few laughs along the way. And then I'm going to give Linda this famous Harvard expression. Linda, known illegitimacy referendum. The Harvard saying means don't let the bastards get you down. So, on that happy note, I'm going to read to you. Unless Judy or Dallas has something else to add.
No, but I would like to say that I did learn something from Linda recently, was the fact that, and I'm trying to get this down in an orderly manner, where she might go to Pinterest, and she might do a blog, then she might do this, then she does her marketing. But there's a sequence of events I'm thinking that she does that makes every day.
Yes, she has techniques. Beings have techniques. They have things that work, they have things that don't work, they have things that are improving, that are not improving. And they are constantly finessing, tweaking their operations. One of the first things you got to learn about being a champ is not to listen to too many people. In fact, the fewer you listen to, the better it is. Everybody has advice for a champ. Why don't you? Bridget and I, Bridget from Melbourne, Australia, one of mine, said I have a kind of a contest, a joke contest going. He always says, Dr. Lana, you started your new book yet? This is what he tells me when it's the middle of the night and I feel like death. I got out of the warm bed to confront the day. He said, haven't you finished your book yet? I said, I'll finish this book when you begin to write your own. You can't take the advice. Don't listen, but just kind of, get rid of all the voices in your head. And people, of course, should have advice for the champs. Don't give the champ advice, implement your own damn advice. Planning on making money online this year? Unless you avoid these lethal mistakes, I haven't got a prayer. And I say these things, these commentaries from the heart. The reason I make money is because I'm as obsessive as Linda is, and everybody hasn't figured out that you've been looking too closely. And my obsessiveness drives a lot of people crazy because they want me. This very famous line when Prince de Talleyrand, Prince Foreign Secretary, saw Napoleon taking an afternoon off at Malmaison, his country house. And when Napoleon went to Egypt, he had Josephine, who was his new wife, they'd been there like a week. And they had no money, absolutely nothing. So she forged his name on a bill of purchase, bill of sale, bill of property outside of Paris. Complete forgery. He had to firm and roof when he got back. And Josephine, she knew how to manipulate a man. Unless you avoid these lethal mistakes, you haven't got a prayer. Like ABBA, I do. I produce some of the most clever, stylish, and sophisticated dance music and rhythms ever. Like a mega hit, money, money, money. Money, money, money. It's a rich man's world, 1976. It's not only one of the best jump songs ever, but it's got a message you may have to take to heart if you're still trying, but consistently failing to make money online. And if you're, let me say this very clearly, if you're not making money on the internet, it's your own damn fault. I don't know how many times we have to say it. George Kosh works 7 days a week. I can't believe it, but I'm actually the guy who says, go golfing! Take a day out. I'm a fine poster boy for days off, aren't I? Yeah. Linda Elsie works 12 hours more a day. I work, you don't know what you can see. Sandy Hunter, Trojan, labor in the vineyard. If you're not doing what we do, then you're not going to achieve we achieve, are you? QED. It's that if I got me a wealthy man. That's right, it may be time, and probably way past time, to use your wiles and charm to snag a rich man. You're just wasting your time online. Unless take heed to the irrefutable verities about what you must know and do, and so finally turns the internet into a cash hose it's long been for people like me who make money on alien while you can't even figure out who's on first. Must avoid mistake number one. Don't work alone. I'm talking to all the people that look in the window. Guys, I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face and it will be published on my tombstone. Don't work alone. Working alone, all by lonesome, is just plain nuts. I credit my awesome success online to a crucial decision I made nearly 20 years ago. The overwhelming majority of other entrepreneurs need more skills, technical marketing people than they've got. For such people, and I very much include myself, success is unlikely, even impossible, if you try to do it alone. Don't do it. How many times do I have to say, don't do it? You keep testing. Are you sure you want to do it, Dr. I mean what I says. Don't do it. Like Mammy Yoakum down the dark. I have spoken. We're going to need cutting-edge technical experts, internet marketing experts, and yes, personnel to make sales and bring in the bucks 24/7, 365. If you got this team in place, well, you better get it together before you waste any more time and money. Shakira, I'm talking to the heart, from my heart to your head. I hope you get the picture. Must avoid mistake number two. Stop thinking. Stop believing you can build a profit off free stuff. I wish every free thing on the internet, with the exception of our stuff, would be thrown in the garbage. Because it is garbage. Do you think anyone really sensible gives away stuff like we do, good stuff? Or think again, popsicle sticks maybe, but it's crap. If you waste time trying to turn crap into an empire, I got news for you. Go to work for the Sherman Bathroom Tissue Company. They only can turn crap into money. You can't save. Say that again. You can't succeed. Bite this bullet here and now, once for all. It's going to cost you money to create a successful business, just like it costs money to establish a successful offline business. If you've been trying and trying and trying and trying to succeed online without investing, you're probably beyond hope. And I think we've got to come to the conclusion, people. Some of these people that come in here, they're beyond hope. They don't listen, they won't learn, they won't change. In the scientific world, people are called flatworms. A flatworm is a kind of thing that Judaism in the intestinal tract of many sections. It hasn't evolved ever. It looks today like it looked 5 trillion years ago. These people that come in with us, they're called flatworms. And they come in every single day. They won't evolve, they won't learn, they won't know, they won't do. They won't achieve, they won't imagine, they won't do anything except put that into a typewriter and calculate. If you've been trying and trying and trying to succeed online without investing, you're probably beyond hope. But let's assume you've still got some of your little gray cells in place and functional. You need some of them to get the money you need to create a profitable online business. There's no way around it. It takes money to make money. And personally, I won't even talk to the steady stream of folks without investment dollars in hand. I'm thinking of becoming like a Buddha. You got to pay before you see the Buddha. You got to say before the Buddha gives you any prayers. I am tired of people coming in here who aren't worth slacks, spitting on my shoes, telling me how to run a business, telling me how to make money, telling me how to write books. For God's sakes, I didn't listen to them to get there, and I won't listen to them to stay here and go further. And you shouldn't listen to them either. But let's assume you've still got some of your little gray cells in place and functional. Use some of them to get the money you need to create a profitable online business. There's no way around it. That's the bad news. The good news is that it's still ridiculously cheap to start a profit-making online business that can net you a minimum 6-figure income it takes to live well these days. Mistake number 3. Get educated about what you need to establish a money-making business online. Stop trying to teach yourself. If you knew how to make money online, I imagine you'd make money online, right? But you don't. And you will never learn if you have yourself as your prime expert instructor bluntly. You know and do 2 minutes just like that. Now listen to me, everyone. People ask me why I wrote a book about George Cox and how good he is. Because he deserves a book, and he is that good. I'm not a knucklehead. I'm not going to extol somebody, some moron. I'm going to choose someone brilliant to extol, like Tosh. He's a brilliant character. If he says jump, you should jump. Do you know that over the last 20 years, I have joined nothing else on the internet but World Profit? I don't have a dime of stock over this company, and I'm not trying to make money over this freebie, and I'm not going to do this over this Safelist. I've got George Kosh, and that's good enough for me. And if you don't know what that means, well, you're not listening to him. That's what I have to say. Stop trying to teach yourself. If you knew how to make money online, I imagine you'd be making money online, but you don't. And you will never know if you have yourself as your prime expert in instructor. Bluntly, you know and can too little to justify that. There are many fine online business building instructors. I swear by mine, George Kosh. He's been instructing me for almost 20 years. He's smart about what you've got to do in the constantly changing net environment. A superb trainer and communicator. Good looking, too. I've made out like a bandit, putting my ego where it belongs, in some closet, and learning from a man who guarantees you will make money. If you follow instructions, I did, and I have. You know what's the hard part about me and George Kosh? He's 20 younger than I am. Do you know what that means? Nobody who's my age wants to take orders from someone like that. Wants to be in the But you know what? Get over it! I have a gargoyle. In case you don't know what a gargoyle is, it was taken from Notre Dame Cathedral. When I was 20 years old, I bought myself a gargoyle replica. He's been with me my whole life. You know what his expression says? He's got his tongue out and his ears like this. Get over it! Everyone needs a personal gargoyle, where I can see it all the time. What it means is, get on with the job at hand, get over being your rich and famous self, jump down and follow the sensible direction. Is there anybody in this room is there anyone in this room except for Linda Elsie who will get down and just follow the directions? You say you will, you tell me you will, but then you don't. How many of you must be George for 1 week? I bet you wouldn't. But I have for over 20 years. Must avoid mistake number 4. You don't know how to generate unlimited traffic to your site until you do your DOA. That's why you must become a traffic expert immediately, if not sooner. If you launch your online business knowing precisely where your essential skills traffic will be coming from, you deserve what you get. Nada, nothing, zip. Nothing. Yet to my utter consternation and astonishment, not a day goes by when some knucklehead tells me he hasn't got guaranteed traffic. Doesn't know how to get it. But is a survivor. I'm a survivor. Who wants to damn survive? I don't want to survive. I want to flourish. I want to be rich. I don't want to survive. Maud survive. Figure out as he does, oh my God, such people probably believe in the tooth fairy and the Easter Bunny. They are casualties just waiting to happen. Again, I want to pat George Kosh on the back. The guy is a walking encyclopedia of each and every way that exists to generate online traffic. Now let's be real clear here. It's over 20 years this man has studied and studied and studied. I wonder what his eyes are like. I never asked. He studies traffic. He studies the stuff that you need to know, but he actually does know. You can come to his classes and learn how to do it, or you can be like you are. The Three Stooges approach marketing. The guy is a walking encyclopedia of each and every way that exists to generate online traffic and train lucky folks like me who use these every single day. He does it in an amazing program called Home Business Bootcamp. And he guides you with skill and patience. The guy might have the skill and patience. I don't know why he doesn't bop you on the head sometimes, guys, and really give you the good surf kick, because God, in his position, I wouldn't have waited 20 years with a privilege and crunch. I'd do it. And to be honest, he's totally honest with himself, because if you get it wrong, you're toast. By the way, he won't be special in George Kosh, and there is again, writes my landing pages, and they're gold mines. Well, I've run out of space with lots more to tell you, but that'll have to wait for another day. Now I'm heading over to my favorite search engine, where that fabulous stats number by Apple is waiting for you and me. As I listen to money, 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 I know I'm the rich guy you're looking for. The guy who can give you that cushy life you'd like. But why am I an internet loser in my life? After all, it's a rich man's world. Money, money, money. Lots of money. It's a rich man's world. Well, Judy, what do you think about that?
I think it's very to the point. I think people should listen to it and act on it. I did.
Yes. Every successful person has to bite the bullet and tell the truth to themselves. Yeah, you have to tell the truth to yourself. You have to wake up in the morning and say, can you do these things alone? The answer, no, you can't. You know how to do them now? No, you don't. Will you spend the time? No, you won't. And then you come to me. Let me tell you a few home truths. Number one, the internet is going to list for every day of your life. I don't care whether you're 1 year old now or whether you're 90 years old. For the rest of your natural born days, the internet's going to be a factor. Do you believe that, Judy? Because I do believe that. And do you believe that millions indeed? Go ahead.
I remember when I first started using in 1988, and people said, "That's don't bother. It's going to go away," and it didn't. So there you go. Still here.
Not only does it not go away, it's going to outlast countries. One of the things that's interesting to me is, and I never would have predicted this, because I'm a rationalist. When I think, and you have seen me do this, you guys have seen me every day tootling around in Wikipedia and everything. I'm like, there must be their champion user. Every day I learn multiple things from the books and articles that I write. I am not ashamed to acknowledge that I do things. I'm ashamed to acknowledge I didn't do anything about it. But there's a difference between ignorance and stupidity. Ignorance means that you are not yet knowledgeable about a thing. And there's nothing wrong with that condition so long as you are trying to rectify it in an organized and systematic way. Stupidity, on the other hand, it may be terminal. If you're willing to get up here and take an ass of yourself, and you think that's a tool, then you can make an ass of yourself in the front yard, not here. One of the things that's occurring on the internet now, which I've told you about in the past, is that the first wave of the internet was people like George Koch. How would you have liked to have George Koch in your downline? You would have been around here 20 years ago, because that's where he was. 20 years ago, he was looking at a beach which had nothing. Everything you see on this page right now didn't exist. Not one thing that you see now existed. So if he'd said to you, you had been there before him, lined up with you, and you would be in the clover. But you didn't. And then we have the second wave and the third wave. We're probably in the fourth wave now, and the fourth wave is composed of people who have heard about the internet, like the 7 Cities of Gold, or the Fountain of Youth. And they go, where is it? It doesn't exist. Oh, it has to exist. It says in this book that it must exist. Senora, it must exist. Seguro, senora. I say, it doesn't exist. And they say, you're arrogant. I tell them the truth, and they think I'm arrogant. I go, that's a joke. The bottom line of this, if you believe that the internet's going to exist for the next 25, 50, or 100 years, then you need to position yourself for making money. And that means building the list. We had a guy that quit this morning because he wasn't building his list fast enough. I said, do you have more people on your list today than when you signed up? He said, yes. I said, well, then you're building as fast as it's going to be. Because it's your bad habits under the question, not the list. If you've got more people on the list today than you had when you signed up, then there's nothing wrong with the system. There's something wrong with you. And by the way, I want you to know, I'm not supposed to talk this way. I'm supposed to be politically correct. I'm going to make a 67-year-old Harvard graduate political, and I'll give you $1. Judy, what do you think about this? We've got people who every day deceive themselves, come in here and they lie to us and they deceive themselves and they think that they're going to make any money off it. Do you want to comment on that? Because to me it's completely bonkers.
Oh, it is nuts, but they think they can, and they get one program, and there's always something missing from the programs, and it usually is how to build a list.
Yeah,
I really did spend money. Yeah. It was supposed to, make you, get your website going, blah, 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 but they never talked about traffic.
That's because they don't know. Traffic is the key, and without knowing it, now let me tell you about the traffic that's going to come our way. Right now, and we could already begin to see the first telltale signs of it. The 4 great nations of the world that have not hitherto been web eyes are going to doing it now. Russia, China, India, Brazil are the 4 great countries on the earth. They're filled with millions of poor people who speak English, people who don't have any There's very little knowledge of the free society, much place business and the e-business at that. And those people are going to be flouncing down on us like you wouldn't believe it, locusts on a plane of wheat. And they're going to come to us and they're going to have read all the crap that's out there. And we're going to tell them the straight honest truth, and they're going to, don't believe you. We're going to go out there. A great deal of suffering is now in the process of commencing. People who are not going to believe experts like us are going to believe people who are there to exploit them, and they will be exploited. It will be tragic for many people. What do we have to do? We have to be very careful about the amount of time we invest in anyone. We need to know whether they have the money. We need to know whether they have the sincere desire. We never know they speak. So now I want to speak to the English issue. I'm not xenophobic. I like foreigners. I know more of them than all of you put together. I travel more than most of you put together. And the bottom line is this: if they don't learn English, that's the problem. English is what is called the lingua franca of business. It is what business people speak. And it's unfortunate they don't do that out in Brazil or India or China or Russia. But I can't mortgage this company while these people try to figure out how to learn English. We got to focus on the people that can do, not the people who won't do or can't do or should do, but aren't going to do. You just want to speak to that, G?
I agree with you.
Well, why? Why don't we send them to Google? Because we can't send our company and every page we've ever written to Google for translate.
Well, here's one thing that's bothered me for a long time. People don't think, they don't think outside the box. Let's say they have a friend that is good in English. Why don't they just form a partnership? Like, I'll do this and you can, and do that, and you look around for someone that can help you.
Well, let me tell you this. Let's look at the political history of this country. The Russians were under the jackboot of the mad series of dictators, 1918 till very recent days. They haven't even learned how to cast a ballot yet. They're still afraid. They're afraid the whole damn thing is going to collapse. The Chinese are still under a reprehensible and repressive regime. Those people are told how many babies they have. My God. What kind of, we've got to understand we're dealing with people who do not have the sophisticated backgrounds or educations that we have, and are not going to have them. They're going to learn the hard way how to make money. Some will emerge as billionaires. Most will emerge with nothing. We have to make sure that our limited resources are in people that are mean to join us and not just sponge off of us. It pains me when I see my good monitors, my generous monitors, my humanitarian monitors trying to consummate social workers of the world to save a person who can't speak the language, who doesn't know what we're talking about, who has no political background, no economic background. If you're trying to save them in 10 minutes, I say to you, good luck. These countries have been through revolutions. Each and every one have been through a revolution in our time, one way or another. Now, we're going to make an offer. There's 60 people looking in the window, and I want to say something about summer. We have 60 days to get through till the fall. And the traffic is going to go down, and the chicken littles are going to creep out. Oh, the traffic is down. And you know what? It's called the beach. And if you lived in Massachusetts and you had the kind of winter that we had, you'd be friggin' staying at that beach till morning, noon, and night. Because you know it's coming. You know it's coming because it's what we've got. We just had a unseasonably bad weather in Massachusetts. Now, I'm the only person that doesn't affect, because I live in a space capsule. I have helpers who go get my food for me. I sent my own driver out in a blizzard last week to give me some chocolate ice cream because I said I wanted a certain kind. I just didn't, any old ice cream wasn't going to do it. I had to have chocolate. I couldn't break it. The bottom line is this. When the summer comes, it liberates America, ranging Nova Scotia all the way down to the Carolinas and the Midwest and the Far West. We've all suffered. We want to get out of the house. Don't turn it into a cosmic event. Don't ask the FBI to investigate. It's normal. Our job is to get through as much of this summer without too many gaps as we can. We have many good hunters in the process of coming up, one of whom is sitting right here, and everybody would tell Judy to get the lead out. Right? You look pretty leadless today, actually. You look wonderful today. Did you take your affability tablets?
I will not come up early in the morning anymore. I'm just
Let's put it this way: you did a mighty good imitation of a fine. What shall I say? Nobody wanted to get too close to you in the morning. That's for sure. All right, so you did it up to you. Now I'm going to go on to my next piece of advice. I'm going to make Judy A. Dow's unconditional senior monitor, and I'm going to tell you this, Judy. I'm taking a leap of faith. I want you to know the pros and the cons of my decision. First of all, I like you. That's a big deal. I like the fact I like your weird, wonky, upside down sense of humor. It's so Midwestern. It reminds me of all the people I grew up with. I guess I missed it. I like the fact that you're cheerful most of the time. We know when you're not. So at least you don't deceive us. We all got that message. You really care about the people. You care about them in weird ways. You care about them in the scientific way that I care about them. I care about them to the extent of kicking their butts and getting them into the mainstream of the economic world. I want you to be in the stream with me on that. I want you to say, I want to help these people.
I think I can do that now. I think I can do that now. I listen to you enough and understand where we're coming from
here. Judy, my family background is such that I come by this normally. I had one cousin who was Harold Macmillan, Prime Minister of England in 1957 and 1963. And he was the guy who, more than any other person on earth, freed the Africans and some Asians. The winds of change are sweeping over Africa after his famous speech in Cape Town. He transformed the Conservative Party from an obstructionist from the Imperial Party to a party that was empowering to particularly African nations. So I have a vested of doing things the right way to people. I can't let this generation be let down. And then I have the great good fortune to have General George C. Marshall as my cousin on my other side. Now, these are my distant cousins, but General Marshall, aside from being the top soldier of World War II, was Secretary of State. He was the first man to go visit Stalin at the end of World War II to try to cut a deal that would save Eastern Europe. He went down to see Mao Zedong and Zhou Enlai, Chiang Kai-shek after World War II, try to see what they did in China. And they saved Europe along with Harry Truman through the Truman Doctrine and the Marshall Plan by deducing millions of dollars and keeping Greece and Turkey out of the hands of communism. So I have some big shoes to try to fill. And I firmly believe the world profit in its way to all of this world by some microeconomics. It doesn't take so much money to better in Burma. It doesn't take so much money to get better in Sri Lanka. What it takes is a vehicle, a means. And that's why you see these folks who have started the micro businesses. They'll lend someone $50, $100, $200 is a huge business loan for these micro companies. And the micro guy that invented the micro business and won a Nobel Prize recently, it's a good thing too. He showed that little amounts can make big differences in people's lives. And that's what we can do. We can deliver moderate, good, better results. But there's always something if and only if they'll follow the directions, and it's a lifetime thing, and they can give it to their children. That's always important too, because they're always in the neck. I hope everybody understands what I'm talking about here. These microeconomics businesses are a great invention. So, would you like to speak to fellow colleagues about making them any promises? I will not growl at you in the morning. Would you like any other promises to us?
Well, I'm going to do I think part of my problem was I didn't want to lose a sale and then have someone disappointed because I didn't say the right thing. That's
you know what?
The problem right there.
Let me help you right there. Every once in a while, some goes ballistic on me saying, "You scared away my customer. You scared him to death." I said, "I did not scare them to death. I told them the truth, and the truth scared them to death. It's not me. Don't kill the messenger." The plain fact of the matter is, in more time, there's individual people than anyone on this planet. There isn't another company on earth that puts the kind of, much less at the level of George Koch and Sammy Hunter and myself and the monitors. It just doesn't exist. These people are fortunate. The fact that they won't listen to it, that I didn't have the magic bullet for that single person. If I had the magic bullet for every single person, I'd be a dictator of the whole earth. We do the best we can with what we have where we are. And of course, if it infuriates some people that I did, or somebody didn't do, that's unfortunate. Did the person do anything to work with us? If the person will work with us, I'll bend over backwards to accommodate them. Because I don't want them to, like my cousin George C. Marshall wanted to save Greece from time. I want to save these people from penury, catastrophe, and disease, and malnutrition, and bad water, political chaos, and every other thing that goes with it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying, if you lose the sale, you've given your heart and soul to try to make it, then you don't have to worry. You can sleep at night, sleep comfortably.
The other thing I noticed is that if people are really interested, even if you didn't make that sale or get signed in as a dealer, is that they seem to come back. So they're, they don't just wipe it off.
How many places on the internet do you think you can go and get truth about how it works? Where can you go? Truth on the internet.com? Or a good-natured philanthropist tell you the way it is to succeed on the net? There isn't such a place. And there wouldn't be any place at all, even in America. We were doing this if it weren't for George Cotton. He had come up with the idea for all this. This wouldn't even exist. Even this wouldn't exist. The point of the matter is, I try to take a lot of guff from people who say, you're rude, you're pushy. Yes, I am pushy. I am aggressive. I am arrogant. I have a right to all of those and tell you why. Because the plain fact of the matter is nobody speaking candidly to these poor people in their poor environments, where they're malnourished, or the children are dying, and they're raped by strangers and soldiers who come into their homes, and civilians are captured. Nobody's dealing with those people in an active international way, and I aim to be one of the few who does. If that's arrogant, by God, I take that label and I'll quote it on my field right through to see. I am arrogant, and I'll get over it. I'm going to send you my gargoyle in this picture. That gargoyle will come right into your house and give you a Now we have some people here with us. We have Christopher Swain and Jim Lutz. I want you to bring them in.
Hey, Christopher and Jim, could you please type hi in the chat bar and let us know that you can hear us?
Now, another thing I want to say about those of you who are not using video. You are the equivalent of the back end of the host. Video is the essence of communication. There is not a leader in the history of the world who wouldn't want this technology. Good day, Christopher, and welcome to the Live Business Center. And I'm going to suggest you, Christopher and Jim, if you click on the green box and you watch the video. It's going to take you 17 minutes, then we're going to make you a spectacular offer. Because we're celebrating today, it's going to be a particularly good offer. People who don't do the video training course are cutting themselves off from the main train of the internet. And your job is to monitor is to beat them until they finally get the message. Like right now, I'm John Hetzler and I, or button heads and buttons for a better part of a year. I will continue to butt head because my head is bigger and more buttable than his is. And one of these days he will be doing the video marketing, and he doesn't look like it today. It may not look like it tomorrow, but it happens. And you know why? Because I am absolutely rock bottom determined, obsessive that it will happen. So you understand that that is a force of nature and not merely a theoretical proposition. You won't understand what you're confronting. This whole company was built people who said it happened. Every single person we talked to 22 years ago and told them what we were doing said it was not going to happen. Every single one, we had 100% denial, 100% refutation, 100%, 100%. No one said, oh, what a good idea. Everyone said, what a crazy, stupid idea it is. It's crazy and stupid is trying to make the world a better place. That's for sure. Now, we're beginning to run out of time. I want everyone to congratulate Judy, but more than congratulate her, I want you to tell her a piece of advice. I want you to post on the screen a piece of advice for Judy 8000. My first piece of advice is this: don't let the bastards get you down. You're a good woman. Many people in your life have told you otherwise. You haven't told me this, but I'm not a dope. I can read faces and heads. I'm like phrenology. You remember the 19th century pseudoscience called phrenology, where phrenologists put their hand on your head and read the bumps. Oh, it means this must be that was total crap. I'm a phrenologist. I'm more effective than any bump reader illustrator. You are going to be as good as you allow us to help you become. We'll have to shake off some episodes of the past. You know what I'm talking about. You don't even have to tell me what they are. I can just feel them. From time to time, you are like a sponge and you leak information. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. This is a place to be the better you. This is a place that creates betterness. And that's a fact. So members, any advice you want to give to Judy, any cautionary tales or whatever, this is the moment. Judy, I'm going to ask you to go down and place our friend Patrice Porter for a few words, and then come on up and finish the program.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr. Lance. Have a good day.
And Patrice, come up and add your congratulations and sentiments and thoughts and well wishes to the pile.
Good day, Dr. Lant, and congratulations, Judy. It's lovely to watch you blooming on the net here, and that's one of the things that you've done here, Dr. Lant, is working with you, and you just open up and we grow and blossom. And
I'm a poet.
And Judy, you just see her opening up and blooming, and it's lovely to see it. She's a great addition to the monitor team, and congratulations again. And very, very lively program today with great discussions on making money online and having that profitable business that we're all looking for here. And now we've got more clear directions for how to do it. And if people want to check out my Home Business Central, they can go to www.20waystoprofit.com. And also I've developed a business through World Profit for helping people create abundance by gardening. And you can go to www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com and catch the replay of today's program on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter. And it was an excellent program. It's well worth listening over again, so I'm happy it'll be up on YouTube channel Patrice Porter with all the other Anything Goes programs. And with that, I'm going to say my adieus till the next Anything Goes at 1 p.m. Eastern. Well, actually, I'll be up here next. I'll just set off this recording, and then I'll be up for the next hour. Bye for now.
Well, as Dwayne, within minutes here of Anything Goes on this first day of July 2014. And we're coming up for a series of excellent programs on Anything Goes during the course of the week. We are here every day, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 Eastern day in the States, www.worldprofit.com. It's WORLDPROFIT. One of the great things about this program, Anything Goes, is people can say anything within reason, type any message that they want within reason. And I say within reason because we don't encourage vulgarity or just plain stupid stuff. We don't go that route. Instead, it's just a civilization. The one thing I want to say is where we began, I shall end with Linda Elsie. She doesn't have a magic bullet, or rather, she is her own magic bullet. If you can't understand her, you can go to George's boot camp program and learn what she learns. For a long, long time, since the inception of the boot camp, Linda has been George Tosh's favorite, best pupil. She comes on time, she sits in the front row, so to speak, and she takes voluminous notes and incorporates them into her system, which is, as she's hesitated and says, a paper system. She believes in the virtues of paper, as do I. So the bottom line is this. Linda, if you want to post a comment, or if you wish to come up for a brief comment, see, I don't even ask you anymore. It's not because I don't want you, because I know you won't. And I have to pick my shots like everybody else. So this day, as we end this program, with the immortal words of our colleague Cole Porter at Yale. In olden days, a glimpse of something was looked upon as something shocking, but now God knows it knows. This has been Dr. Jeffrey Lant speaking to you from Cambridge, the hub of the international, across the street from Harvard University, where I do my graduate work, here every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all for participating. A special thanks to Bruce Porter, our white rabbit, keep all on the straight and narrow, and the points coming out every single day. Thanks so much.